A few years ago, before Gen AI changed everything, our employees were building and connecting and sharing knowledge in ways that felt very human and very hands-on. And now we're at this point where we get to see those same creative and collaborative instincts unlocked at a whole new scale. So ideas are moving faster, people are experimenting more, knowledge is flowing across the organization in ways it never could have before. There's this quote I love from Maya Angelou, and she says, "You can't use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have." And so the challenge is that when the pace of change accelerates, our instincts sometimes feel out of step. In moments of uncertainty, we usually look to the expert. But today, expertise is evolving in real time. And that's why culture matters even more than ever. Our job as leaders is to help people feel grounded and supported and confident as we all shape what comes next. So when a company starts moving faster and then the goals get bigger, especially with AI in the mix, employees start to feel that shift. And so this moment is unique and different. We're seeing the pace of AI outstripping some of the biggest revolutions in history. So if you think back, what took the Industrial Revolution over a century is happening in just a few years. And obviously for employees, that can feel equal parts progress and pressure. So change at this velocity can also create uncertainty. And what makes this moment even more complex is how condensed it is. Organizational change theory tells us that transformation comes with emotional milestones. 1, confusion, 2, resistance, 3, learning, and 4, integration. But we're actually asking people to move through all of these at scale and at speed. And there's no playbook, and there's no pause. That's why clarity becomes so essential. Where we're going, how to work with AI, and what we'll never compromise on. We're absolutely asking people to think differently. How can AI keep up with them? AI should really augment human judgment, not replace it. And it is human creativity and cognition that will shape what AI actually becomes. Human first doesn't mean soft. To us, it means designing transformation around how people actually think, grow, and perform, not just how fast systems can scale. In an AI-driven world, that's becoming more important than ever. And when we ask teammates to lean into AI, we're not just introducing new tools, we're actually shifting the rhythm of how work happens. A human-first culture allows us to meet that shift. It gives people permission to experiment and to adapt and to level up, not by removing accountability, but by creating conditions for high performance that are more sustainable and rooted in our purpose. I don't believe that high-performing teams are built by pressure alone. They're built by belief. So we find that when people feel engaged and part of something bigger, they are far more likely to lean into change and lead through it. AI is reshaping how organizations operate and make decisions. So what excites me the most is the opportunity to elevate human potential by removing friction and creating space for deeper, more strategic work. So we're finding that we're no longer limited by this manual scale. Now we can architect companies that are both faster and smarter. But with that acceleration comes a very different level of responsibility. When AI starts influencing how we build products, how we serve customers, or allocate resources, we have to be super clear about what we stand for, because the systems we build reflect the assumptions that we make. And so it's on us to ensure that they're grounded in transparency, fairness, and trust. I think this moment is about more than efficiency. It's actually a chance to redesign how businesses operate. It's how we blend human judgment with machine intelligence in a way that's powerful and principled. I don't believe that people show up and just do hard things because they're told to. They do it when they believe their work matters and leads somewhere. In a growth company, that belief drives 3 things that you can't hit performance goals without. The first is focus. I'm working on the right work. The second is urgency. What I'm doing today moves the business forward now. And the third is resilience. When things go wrong, I know how to reorient and I know how to keep going. So culture, when built really intentionally, aligns effort and outcomes. And it helps our teams prioritize what moves the needle, adapt quickly, and stay connected to the bigger picture, especially when the pace is high and the targets are very aggressive. And at Gainsight, for us, this isn't just about morale or ENPS, it's about competitive advantage. And in a market where capital is tight and expectations are high, performance comes from precision and belief. And the companies that invest in cultural clarity move in tighter sync. It's what drives our execution quarter over quarter, it sustains momentum through change, and it creates enterprise value that lasts. Being human first means making the hard decisions with clarity, with empathy, and with respect. It's how you deliver tough feedback. It's how you restructure teams or pivot priorities while still keeping people engaged and aligned. At Gainsight, we've proven that human first isn't antithetical to high performance. It's actually what enables it. It creates the trust and the stability people need to stretch, to adapt, to deliver. And when we find that the values are lived, they become an accelerant, not an anchor. And that's how we believe we build a culture that scales without losing its edge.